Gilmore Girls in the wet streets of Stars Hollow. Did you notice? And what was the reasoning for the streets to often look wet? It'd be totally sunny, but wet streets. Hi, I'm Valerie. I was the key set costumer on Gilmore Girls. I share a lot of fun facts from behind the scenes. I tell stories of my time working on the show. And if you would be so kind and you love the content, please give me a follow and I'll try to answer any questions you might have. First, why were the streets always wet? Were they always wet? I mean, they're wet in this moment, but they're also wearing coats. Yet in this moment, they are a little bit damp. And this is utterly saturated, but there's actually a reason behind this one. There's a car wash. But they're not wet in this moment. And they're definitely not wet here either. Oftentimes at night, the DP would wet down the streets, despite the fact that we were not making it rain. And the reason for that was for the reflections. We're going to look at a few images so that you can kind of see the differences between a flat street, like that one, and this one. You can see the actual reflections of the light in the water that is on the thing versus the flat pavement. Sure, it's sunny and it's daytime and there are puddles all over the place. I kind of agree that this one looks a little ridiculous, but Rory is wearing a sweater, so it is cold outside in the scheme of things. It's not a perfectly summer day. Gilmore Girls would always kind of wet down the streets just in anticipation of possible rain. You never know what's going to happen when we shoot the scenes and we want things to match. But really, I think it had more to do with the reflections in the water and how much more interesting the puddles look. Now let's talk about how the pavements got wet in the first place. Sometimes they would use a hose, like in this scene. But in a scene like this, where it looks like the entire town is saturated with water, they used a water truck. And this is a water truck in action. Usually what they'll do is they'll wet down the area at the very beginning of the day, and maybe they'll wet it down at lunch. And if it is a very hot day, they might have to even refresh the area with a fresh wet down. While the reflections of the pretty lights are an added bonus, sometimes it's just out of necessity. This particular scene, fun fact, it was actually raining in real life. If you look and watch very carefully, you will see drips of water coming off the fabric of the golf cart. Meanwhile, Lauren is standing in the rain getting drenched. Luckily, Jackson and Suki are not. They are perfectly warm and comfortable. And the most important reason, and I think I totally forgot to mention this, we were supposed to be filming in Connecticut. And Connecticut has weather, whether it's melting puddles of snow on the ground or it's just a fine mist where it rained moments before and the clouds have cleared. That is why there is always a little bit of water on the ground in Stars Hollow.